to another week of Premier League predictions. Pretty sure it's week 7 now. Don't know if I got that right, but I'm just gonna say it's week 7. If it's not, then my bad. Yeah, man. Some very interesting results over the weekend. But predictions, I definitely did not get any of them right. But well, I'll go through some of the shocking results. Let's start with Norwich. After beating Man City, you would have thought, they'll get something against Burnley. Nope. Burnley humbled them completely, ended up beating them 2-0. Leicester ended up coming from behind and beating Spurs 2-1. We also had Everton losing to Sheffield United. Everton, they seem to be getting slapped back to reality. 2-0, losing to Sheffield United 2-0. Sheffield United proving once again to be a hard, resilient team. And here's the other one, here's the killer one. Manchester City beating Watford 8-0. Yes, 8-0. And you know what's crazy? I watched the whole game. I watched the whole game from start to finish. That game could have been 13, could have been 14. I'm not even exaggerating. It was with City's brilliance and Watford's, I wouldn't even say shame, I don't even know what the words to describe their defending and how they played. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, anyways, man. Yeah, on to my predictions. On to the first game. We have the Saturday afternoon kickoff. We have Sheffield United versus Liverpool. Sheffield United coming off a 2-0 win away from home. They beat Everton at Goodison Park. Once again, Sheffield United are proving me wrong. Have to eat humble pie because they're proving once again they're a difficult, hard, resilient team to break down. Liverpool, on the other hand, they end up beating Chelsea 2-1. I think the way this game's gonna go is gonna be pretty straightforward in terms of how the game's gonna flow. Sheffield United, they're gonna probably sit back with 2 banks of 4, just literally to soak up the pressure, try and make it difficult for Liverpool. I think in the end, Liverpool will eventually break them. It will be a difficult task. For me, I think Liverpool's attack will be too strong for Sheffield United to handle. For me, I'm going to go with my prediction. I'm going to go with 2-0. I'll probably say it'll be 1-0, throughout the whole game, and then probably later on, the 88th minute, 89th minute, Liverpool going to score another. On to the next game, we have Aston Villa at home to Burnley. Aston Villa coming off a 3-2 loss against Arsenal. Controversy once again with Villa. Most blatant handball possible. I don't know how VAR didn't look at that, because that was a clear handball in my opinion. Villa getting outdone once again by incompetent officiating and VAR. Yes, Everton feeling undone at the moment. Sorry, I had to sip my tea right there. On the other hand, we had Burnley coming off a 2-0 win against Norwich, just humbling them a bit, sending them back down to reality. How this game's gonna go, for me, it's gonna be 2 teams. I think 2 teams that are just basically just gonna go at each other. I reckon. For me, I think it's surprisingly gonna be a good game. The way it's gonna go. For me, how I'm gonna go about this. It's the beauty of predictions, man. You just have to sometimes just go with it and just say screw it. And this is one of them. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go at the limb until they say 2-1 Burnley. Now on to the next game. We have Bournemouth vs West Ham. West Ham coming off that 2-0 win, man. 2-0 win. We beat Man United. But man, it was to be honest, the first half was a bit cagey, then the second half was in control. Man United there shell at themselves. As I said, they do not look the same anymore. They're not what they used to be. They're no threat whatsoever. I was confident we're going to win that game. Bournemouth, on the other hand, Bournemouth coming off a win against. So I'm just loving my tea. Coming off a win against. Who is it again? Who is it? Southampton. Yes, that's it. How can I forget that? Sometimes I have these moments where I just forget things, but yeah. Anyway, I think it was 3-1. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, I reckon. Yeah, we've not beat Bournemouth in the last 5. We've had some like unlucky results there at their ground. But for me, for my personal opinion, I will take a point, but obviously I want to beat Bournemouth, get our revenge on them. But I'm just going to go with my gut feeling and say a 1-1 draw. But like I said, if we beat Bournemouth, it's a bonus, in my opinion. On to the next game, we have Chelsea versus Brighton. Chelsea coming off a 2-1 loss against Liverpool. Yeah, they did do their best, to be honest. They were sort of unlucky at times from what I saw from the highlights, but they just couldn't do enough against Liverpool. Brighton, on the other hand, they end up drawing to Newcastle 0-0, goalless draw. From there, I think Fabian Schär, from what I know, made like a ridiculous goal line clearance. But yeah, the way this game's gonna go, for me, I just don't. I personally don't think Brighton is gonna beat them. In my opinion, I don't think they're gonna beat them. I don't think they have enough to beat Chelsea. I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't sound like it makes sense, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. For me, I feel that Chelsea are gonna turn them over. I reckon. What score I'm gonna go with? You know what? I'm to say 3-1. You know, I'm gonna go with 3-1 Chelsea. Especially being at home as well. I think they're gonna take from the Liverpool game positives, and I think they're gonna bring it into that Brighton game. And they're gonna say screw it, but we're gonna go out and amend what we couldn't do last week. Yeah, the next game we have Crystal Palace versus Norwich, and Crystal Palace coming off a 1-1 draw against Wolves. They couldn't hold on. They were 1-0 up the majority of the game. I won't say majority of the game. Basically, too near the end of the game. They were 1-0 up, and then Wolves just nicked it late in the 95th minute. Then on the other hand, you had Norwich after coming off that shocking win against Man City, the champions, and they end up getting slapped back into reality and humbled a bit by Burnley. End up losing 2-0. For me, I think for me, a draw. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Sorry to be a bit blunt about it, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna go to draw. Right? This has got draw written all over it. Yeah, I just see it. I just see a draw coming. I don't know why I keep repeating myself, but that's how it is. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. Next game we have Spurs versus Southampton. Yeah, Spurs coming off a 2-1 loss against Leicester. Yeah, Spurs threw it away again. It seems to be a common theme for them this season. Let's just keep throwing leads away, you know, whether it's 1 or 2 goal lead. Yeah, they were 1-0 up, and yeah, they threw it away. But fair play to Leicester, man. They played really, really good. Maddison, yeah, I like the look of him. He's an absolute baller, I must admit. In Southampton, yeah, coming off a 3-1 loss against Bournemouth. The way this game's gonna go, for me, I think Southampton are gonna give it their all. Just gonna go take it straight to Spurs. For me, I don't think it will be enough. As much as I don't want to say it, because I want Spurs to not do well, you know. That's just the West Ham in me. But I just have to go with logic, and I'm just gonna say it will be a 2-1 win for Spurs. Hopefully not, but what can you do? Is what it is. Yeah, next game we have Wolves versus Watford. Wolves, like, they nicked it, man. Nicked it from the dying seconds of the game, man. 95th minute, man. They nicked it and they made it a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace. Watford on the other hand. Oh, where do I start, man? 8-0. 8-0 they lost. I watched the whole game. Man. Oh, man. It was like torture. Imagine being a Watford fan, going all the way to Manchester and you get pumped like that. It was 5-0 in 18 minutes. I just watched that game, was just in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. It was just like they were just taking it. It was like Man City made them their bitches. They really did. But they didn't do themselves any favours the way they defended as well. But it was just like, I think it was just Man City just sending a message to everyone like yeah, we're coming for people now. They're not taking people lightly anymore. And yeah, that's the message sent. Yeah, Watford, man, they're having a terrible time at the moment. I think it's going to continue. They're going to continue spiraling downhill, and Wolves are going to take advantage of that. I'm going to go with 2-0 Wolves. On to the Saturday evening kickoff, we have Everton versus Manchester City. Everton coming off a disappointing 2-0 loss at home to Sheffield United. Yeah, everything seems to be an up and down task moment for them at the moment. Yeah, I've got a few Everton fans out here I'm really good mates with. They've been giving me shit at the start of the season, just running their mouth saying, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, blah, blah, blah. Especially after we lost to Man City, like, they were talking a hell of a lot. And now at the moment, like, they're struggling at the moment, very inconsistent. Yeah, but they're not struggling as bad as Watford. Yeah, Wolves are a bit struggling at the moment, but yeah, anyway, Watford, where do I start? Oh my god, 8-0. 8-0. I know we got pumped 5-0, but you know, at least we had like some chances, and it was like 5-0 it wasn't really a 5-0 game, man. But yeah, that wasn't an 8-0 game. That wasn't an 8-0 game. That was more like a 14-15-0 game, and I'm not even exaggerating because I watched the game from start to finish, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was 5-0 before like 20 minutes. But yeah, Watford, they didn't do themselves the way they defended as well. It was shocking schoolboy. Even my Sunday league team will not defend like that. But yeah, how this is gonna go with the Everton Man City game, I still think Man City are gonna send a message once again. They're gonna put people on notice, and they're gonna put Liverpool on notice that we're coming for you. For me, I'm gonna go with 3-1 Man City. On to the only Sunday game of the week, and we have Leicester versus Newcastle. I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied sometimes, man. I think it's just me in general, just how it is. But anyway, like I said, Leicester versus Newcastle, Sunday game. There we go. We're on track right now. We're on track. Leicester coming off a 2-1 win against Spurs, coming back from behind as well. There's one player that stood out for me. It's just James Maddison. I rate him so highly. He's going to be a top player. He'll get snapped up within the next 2 years. He'll be at a big club in the next 2 years. Depending on how Leicester do within them 2 years, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Maddison, man, he's an absolute baller. I rate him highly, and I'll be surprised if he's at Leicester within the next 2-3 years. Newcastle, on the other hand, they drew 0-0 with Brighton. I didn't really see, to be honest, I didn't really see much of that game. I didn't really have time to. I was busy over the weekend, but from what I saw was Fabian Schär's clearance off the line. Yeah, man. But anyway, I still think with this game, in my personal opinion, I think Leicester are going to continue their good bright start, and unfortunately, yeah, because I think between us and Leicester, like, we're going to be challenging for that, for 6th, to be honest. I don't want Leicester to do well, but you can't really knock them. They are doing well at the moment, and again, I think they're going to win 2-1. And then on to the Monday night game. Here we go. We have Man United versus Arsenal. Man United coming off a 2-0 loss against West Ham. Even though it's like Wednesday, it still feels good, like, to say that, because, like, you know, like, Man United fans that I see, when I say, like, Man United fans, I don't mean all fans. I just mean, like, the fans that I know and the fans that around London, yeah, talking a hell of a lot, man, saying they're gonna do this to us, they're gonna do that to us. But yeah, man, times have changed now, man. Like, Man United, you ain't good no more, man. You ain't good no more. You're a shell of a former self. Like, I'm just want to put it out there, man. You're not good. I was confident that we'll beat you, and I was right. So yeah, they come off their 2-0 loss against West Ham. Arsenal, on the other hand, they made it very difficult for themselves. A 3-2 win against Aston Villa. Like I said, controversy in that game. Yeah, clear handball that was. I don't know how that was not a penalty. That is what it is. But Aubameyang on the score sheet once again. I think this is going to be a game where this is going to stick the knife in even further. And I think Arsenal is just going to capitalise on, like, Man United's, like, downfall. I think the likes of Aubameyang is going to hurt him really, really badly. I don't see this going well for Man United at all. I think Arsenal are going to stuff them, to be honest. Even though Arsenal, like, they're a bit shaky at the back and other stuff. But I just don't see this being good for Man United. I think they're going to get stuffed. For me, I'm just going to screw it. I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal. Like, I'm being dead serious. I think Man United are going to get ruined. Boom, done. And that's another week wrapped up of Premier League predictions. Yeah, hopefully West Ham continue their good ways at the moment, because I'm smiling every single time at the moment. Obviously, we've got a tough game against Bournemouth. Like I said, I'll be happy with a point, because we've not beat Bournemouth in the last 5. If we get a win, I'll be ecstatic, to be honest. And then it'll just continue on and on. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, I was gonna go to the Oxford game tonight, but yeah, there's other things that have come up, unfortunately, and I won't be able to make it. I'll try and catch the game, and when I get back, try and get some highlights and see what happens. Hopefully we could get the win tonight. Let's get this game done and dusted, then move on to Saturday, and then we'll just, power on. Yeah, like I said in my previous videos, like this video, subscribe this video to this channel. Yeah, and also just give me your thoughts, man. Give me your thoughts, give me your predictions, and yeah, hopefully that we have another good week with my predictions, and hopefully another good week with West Ham. My name's Sess. That's it, man. Peace out, man. Come on, you Irons.